Hi everyone, my name's Sophia. I'm going to take you through painting today, and that is how to make these colourful rainbow leaves. Now the colours you'll need: phthalo turquoise, ultramarine blue, olive green, Rhodonite genuine, aureolin yellow, indigo and Winsor violet, or any colours you have at home that will blend together. Some of these colours like purple and yellow will go muddy, so you just need to be careful when you're applying those. To make the branches, we also need natural sienna, phthalo turquoise, burnt sienna, and a few drops of these colours to add in there. We will be painting this on the Khadi handmade 320 GSM paper. Here's our colours, and using a Winsor and Cotmann round size 8 brush, and then just a smaller brush, and of course we've got clean water. So let's begin. So creating a light mix of the phthalo turquoise. We're going to start by drawing a little tiny thin line, applying pressure and coming out to a point. And then on the other side we're going to join it at the base, leave a slight gap, touch the gap at a few places, close the gap I should say, run to the end, and then a point. Now while it's still wet, we're going to come in with our highlights. So some of those highlights will be in a darker version of phthalo turquoise, and you can just fix up your lines a little bit as you come through as well. Ultramarine blue, just dab them in randomly. Each leaf will have a different amount of colour, and different colours if you like applied as well. Yellow, some of our indigo, olive green, just rinsing my brush between each, and a little bit of purple. I'm not worried too much about drying my brush between each. That will help with the blending. So once one leaf is done, again back, picking up the light phthalo turquoise, next leaf, and just randomly putting the leaves in really. So little line, push down, pull up slowly, and on the other side, joined at the base, a little bit of a gap. And now remember, it's okay to have imperfections because nothing's really perfect in nature. Coming round, and a base. Now the bases will connect to the branch. You know, a couple of spots, maybe just join that gap up a little bit. Different colours. Coming through, and I do love the olive colour mixed with the phthalo turquoise. Some pink, just dropping that in. And then just creating some darker areas. The indigo is going to, sorry, get a little bit more indigo. Just coming in with that indigo. Again, little line, apply pressure, coming back up, paint. Once again, you do want some imperfections because nothing in nature is perfect. I have a palette off to my right which has the purple and olive green in it because I ran out of space in my little flower palette, which is a reasonably new purchase from a recent holiday in Japan. This Rhodonite genuine is one of the Daniel Smith natural element colours. I'm just getting a rag. It's got a little bit too much water on my paintbrushes and in my colours. So now we're going to do a leaf coming out behind another one. So starting, we're not going to have a point because it's coming out from behind the other one, but applying pressure and coming up into a point. Just fix up the base there. And it's going to come out here. Again, leave a gap. If you don't get the gap, that's fine. Like that. If you find you're getting hard edges, just blend them out, a little bit of water, and it should work just fine. With the Khadi paper, I found it really good with re-wetting. It's handmade, so it takes a little bit longer to dry, which is very helpful. Just adding some darkness in there for shadowing. I'm just going to get a little bit more turquoise. Just add a couple of drops of turquoise in. It's a beautiful base layer. Alright, another leaf. Remembering imperfections are totally okay. You can use any combination of colours you want that I guess blend together. You just want to try and avoid having colours that go too muddy when mixed, which purple and yellow do, but if you're mindful of that when you're putting them down, it isn't too much of an issue. I also have on my YouTube channel cactus painting, if you're interested in that one. And also I recently did a painting for my nieces and nephews. I can't be with them at the moment because of coronavirus, but that was so that they could, paint along with their auntie Fia. We don't get to be together all the time, but particularly at the moment we're unable to travel, or I'm unable to travel to see them. Coming out again behind another one, applying pressure, coming up. And you don't have to, again, I've said it a few times, worry about it not being perfect. This is just about relaxing and just letting the paint and the water do its thing. I used to use a lot of paper towel to dry my brushes, but you go through a lot of paper towel, so I'm onto a cloth at the moment, trying to be a little bit more sustainable. It's a face washer that had done its day as a face washer, so I cut it up into smaller segments to use it with my paintings. Just adding a bit more colour just in some of these spots. A bit more shadow, just being careful to ensure it blends without adding too much water, because I don't want it running into the other leaf, but if it does, that's okay. A bit more turquoise, so probably add not too many more leaves now. Now I try and think about how I'm adding these in so I don't end up smudging them with my hand as I paint. Again, if you do, it's okay. This is about the fun process. I'm going to allow the painting to do its thing. Now I was going to add just one more, but that will give me an even number, and I try and always do odd numbers. So pop one leaf in here. It's probably a bit darker than I had intended. I'm just going to add some more water to my brush. Just fix that up when I do the other side. And sorry, I think I ran off the camera just before, or out of the range of the camera, so sorry about that. Pink, blue, And spin this around a little bit. That leaf is probably a little bit too straight, but that's okay. As I add some colour to it, I'm just going to come in blend it out. Just a little bit of darkness this end. There we go. So now all the leaves are sort of, other than the last one I did, are falling sort of this way. So when we do our tree branch, we're using natural sienna. And we're sort of going to come up from the closest leaf, just a little bit of overlap. And as we get further away, we're just going to be a bit heavier with our paintbrush. We're going to put in a few of the branches, them interconnecting where possible. And again, getting a little bit heavier as we move away. We're going to add in some drops of burnt sienna. Just like that. Some drops of phthalo turquoise to blend in. And then on this one, we're just going to add in just a hint of the rhodonite in a couple of areas. Back to the natural sienna. Picking up this branch, or this leaf, coming in. This, a bit more. Yeah, and this leaf can join it as well. A little bit of raw sienna. A little bit of phthalo turquoise, especially at the bases of these to help the blending. And then a little bit of ultramarine blue just to put some depth and colour in. If you feel like you've got a little bit too much, just run it over, or run over it I should say, with clean water. And now we're going to pick up the last couple of leaves. So this one. In here. Pick up the leaf that's behind it. And then this one will come in here. And just kind of work out where you want all the leaves to join up as you go. Burnt siennas, that was natural sienna, a little bit of burnt sienna. You end up with a harsh line, a little bit of blending. Turquoise at the bases, adding in some colours to, I guess, draw on the shadows of the leaves a bit. Just like that. And there it is. Done. With our leaves there. So remembering 2 halves of the leaf, drop in little bits of colour and then finish off with the branches. I'd like to thank you all for joining me today.